Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now is what people are seeing and experiencing in everyday life when it comes to being of the prepared mind. And I get sent pictures, videos, emails, and links. And if there was anything that you would like to send me for a video, my email is in the description box below. So this first email comes in from a community member with some pictures. And she said, everything is up to bringing it more food again. Thank the Lord. Thank you and God bless. This is what we got today. Oh, that's really awesome. Looks like you got a lot. No kidding. So here's another email with a picture from a community member. She said, check out what I bought off of Marketplace. Think I'm covered for lids for a while. Yeah, you think? She said they were listed for $1 a box or $10 for a flat. They had 2 flats in the photo. Told them I wanted them all. Then they said, let us check and see how much we have, as there is more. I think when it came time to pay and get them shipped to me, there ended up being 19 cases, 65 pounds of lids. How did you find that? Oh my God, girl. You have the luck. No kidding. Oh my God, take a look at this. It's crazy. So here are some articles that were sent in by a community member, and this should all cause some concern for us, being as though the job market is literally slim pickings for us, right? And a lot of us, we put in years and years and years into companies with the hopes of having some sort of retirement, 401k, whatever the case may be, right? And it seems as though now is the time where a lot of us are being either forced out, like, forced to retire early, with not getting 100% of our retirement, or we're just being forced out of a job altogether. And Amazon, okay, we've all know what Amazon is. We all order from Amazon. And I know that a lot of you are going to say, that's it. I cut it out of my life completely. Well, they are now making a commitment to help the new ones. You know who I'm talking about. And others who were forcibly displaced build a new life in the U.S. by providing access to meaningful employment and support with the process of living here. Well, what about us? Okay? I mean, logical, rational question. I don't think I have to really say anything more about that. And now Tyson. Okay, we just talked about Tyson and how they're closing a plant in Perry, Iowa that has been open for how long? 61 years. Okay, and they're closing it down. And over, I think it's almost like 1,300 employees are losing their employment. But now, Tyson Foods, they are facing boycotts. Okay, and I'm going to talk about more of this in length in another video. But, this is because of the same reason. All right, it's becoming too much. And like I said, what about us? Okay, so during the State of the Union address, there was a Gold Star dad that stood up and lost his cool. He shouted out, he was escorted out, and then he was arrested. The dad, his name is Stephen, he began feeling like he was sitting in the Coliseum in the movie Gladiator rather than the State of the Union address. And he said that they're all sitting in the stands, they're looking at the beast down there, and they're getting amused. And he said that I felt that I rationalized it like that, and I was getting sick. These people, they wouldn't even have any of this if it wasn't for someone like my kid or any of the others. And he had hoped that this would be the day that 46 would say his son's name. His son's name is Kareem. But when the president said, America is safer today than when I took office, the Gold Star father reached a breaking point. And he likens the moment as having an outer body experience. And the anger and the grief that had been stewing inside of him for 3 years let loose. And what did he yell? Remember Abbey Gate, United States Marines, Kareem Lee Nakoi. He shouted his son's name, United States Marine Lance Corporal Kareem Nakoi, and the name of the airport gate in Kabul, where a certain entity took the lives of his son and 12 other United States Marines on August 26, 2001, during a chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. And then the Gold Star dad was arrested. He had been invited to the State of the Union by Representative Brian Mast from Florida, who was a veteran, and he was escorted out of the House gallery. He said, I did have remorse, and I felt ashamed. And he said he was placed in handcuffs and escorted to a police substation at the Capitol, where his mugshot was taken, and he was fingerprinted, and he said he waived his Miranda rights. And then the officers who arrested him were pretty good, he said, but then they gave him an ultimatum. He said, if you talk to us, you'll be out in an hour. If you don't talk to us, you're going to go to a DC jail and you'll see a judge in the morning. And then he said that he was scared to go to jail because he's never been arrested before. And then he said that Kareem meant generous and honorable in Arabic, and it's fitting for his son. It's exactly how his son, a proud American patriot, lived and died, he said. And something he added that 46 has never once acknowledged. And he said that his son made the ultimate sacrifice for the country he had longed to service since he was the age of 4. And Kareem's commitment to serve was not a rite of passage, as it so often is between father and son. He said, I was against it. I knew this would happen. I buried my head in the sand. I didn't know anything about the military, and I told him, I don't want to know anything about this. Just get out. But he didn't want to get out. He said, no, I'm going to go all the way. His son was only 20 years old when he died. He would still be alive if 45 had been commander-in-chief when his son was deployed to Afghanistan. And he said that the only reason why I was even all right with my kid joining the military, because he said, like I told you, I was against it. It was because 45 was the president. The memories flooded back as 46 touted his tenure. He thought back to the horrifying videos that Kareem was sending him during his deployment of young Afghani children begging the soldiers to take them to America. He said Kareem often spoke emotionally of how deeply pained he was of what he witnessed. And the Gold Star dad believes that 46 and his followers lack any kind of understanding of that kind of pain. He said he finds it appalling that any time someone dies or loses a loved one, the president interminably turns it to his own grief about the loss of his son, Beau. He doesn't ever seem to grasp other people's losses or the destruction he is causing to this country. As he was trying to keep his composure, 46 waited further away from the one thing that the Gold Star dad had come in hopes of hearing, which was his son's name. There's been a sweeping call for the charges against Mr. Well, the Gold Star dad. That's what he deserves to be called, the Gold Star dad, because that's exactly what he is. The charges need to be dropped, including the chairman from the House of Foreign Affairs Committee, Michael McCall, who said that his arrest was petty, in which it was. I agree. So far, the requests have fallen on deaf ears. And a week after the State of the Union address, the charges against him still remain. Misdemeanor protest of crowding, obstructing, and in common. He has a hearing set for March 28th. The court has scheduled his appearance via Zoom. In checking the official congressional transcript that's kept on all of the State of the Union addresses, it was discovered that on March 7th, one included his son's name. He said, "That's all I ever wanted, was just to have his name be said. And then I didn't have any more remorse. I felt like the Lord had blessed me because I waited 3 years to hear his name. I wouldn't have heard his name. The Lord didn't convince me to stand up and say what I said." Hoorah, Dad. Semper Fi. Commercial break. So here is an email from a community member along with some really awesome pictures. She said, "You could disguise a child's playhouse with a run underneath with wheels to move them around your yard, and it looks like children playing outside. Here is also a blueprint to build a house looking like a coop. Pinterest has many ideas." Thank you. That's I would have never even thought about that. That's really awesome. So here are some really awesome ideas. I would have never even thought about that. Oh my gosh. So here is an article that was sent in by a community member, and this is pretty much for the people of Florida, or if you plan on like visiting here. If you shop and use self-checkout registers at Target and Walmart stores in Florida, be prepared for some changes as the retailers and other fight a multi-million-dollar theft problem. Target has placed a 10-item limit on the number of items customers can scan at its Honor System self-checkout registers that will be effective as of today at nearly all of its 2,000 stores. Walmart has implemented self-scan item limits at some of its more than 10,500 stores nationwide. Target has 128 stores in Florida. Walmart has 341 stores in Florida. Target said its self-checkout lanes during the pandemic were popular with the customers who wanted to social distance, but surveys since have shown customers prefer a more traditional retail experience. Individual stores will have the flexibility to open staff lanes or set self-checkout hours that fit their customers' needs, the retailer said. Walmart customers who want to self-scan can enroll in the Scan and Go program offered exclusively at Walmart customers. Enrollment in the customer loyalty program costs $98 a year. So if you want to use the self-checkout, you got to pay $100 a year. Is that right? What? Oh, no. No. Oh, no, 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 no. Uh-uh. Not today. They must be crazy. They must be crazy. All right, guys, I am out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less and stop shopping at Walmart and Target. Ciao.